Ellie hired a car to drive her to the ranch. It was exorbitantly expensive, but would make it harder for the group to send her away if she dumped herself on their doorstep like the 30-year-old foundling she was. She and Rachel had thought that through. They had tried to think everything through. Google Maps had told them that the ranch sat at the foot of an unnamed mountain. The nearest town on the other side of said mountain was a tiny burg with the pretty name of Topaz. One of the tenets of undercover work: always be aware of your escape routes. Old habits died hard. Agnes, the Locard's amazing and slightly frightening digital forensics whiz, had helped her research Today's Enlightenment and its director, Galen. No last name, just Galen. The Today's Enlightenment webpage provided his resume. One of the youngest to graduate from MIT, went on to Harvard, IQ measured at 166, studied meditation in Tibet and New Zealand before designing his own program. To Agnes's frustration, the man didn't seem to exist outside his own website. Of course, Devon Diamond didn't exist online either. In an age where nearly every young person plastered the internet with selfies, Devon didn't even have an Instagram account. Of course, it was also an age acutely aware of the dangers of releasing your personal information across the internet, for celebs most of all, but Agnes would keep looking. The ranch itself had pages across all major sites with photographs of beaming people arm in arm, an expansive desert plus the mountain in the background. TripAdvisor reviews were resolutely positive, with comments along the lines of "best thing I ever did, really helped me out of a dark place," and "I left with new meaning and direction in my life." The harshest criticism came from a Minnesotan who complained the living conditions were sort of roughing it, and that the dinner entrees could have used more flavor. No news articles to be found, but then finding inner peace didn't grab media attention like prostitutes and the Comstock Lode. Nevada had been founded in gold and silver mining rushes with many legal but still not super profitable brothels, as well as legal and quite profitable gambling. In fact, the world-famous Mustang Ranch brothel also sat along the Truckee River between Reno and the dam where Carlos's body had turned up. Perhaps he had gone there for some comfort after the break with Devon, found that physical pleasure could not soothe his troubled soul, and plunged into the Truckee's depths. Or was tossed in by some angry working girls after he welched on his bill. Neither theory seemed particularly likely. And too soon she arrived, not actually in the middle of nowhere, though it certainly appeared as such. The car ground to a halt at the graveled ribbon, the only visible drive branching out from the road in either direction, and the guy at the wheel got out without a word. He opened the trunk to hand Ellie her backpack. Then he gazed toward the group of nondescript buildings scattered along the flat earth, the nearest about 100 feet away. No people in sight, the only movement that of a lone chicken pecking at a clump of weeds. "Are you sure this is what you want, where you want to be?" the driver asked her. Nope, not sure at all, popped into her mind. But Ellie was a grown-up and a former FBI agent with more than a passing acquaintance with deception and violence, and should have a better than average ability to handle whatever Today's Enlightenment could throw at her. If Devon figured out why she was there, she might feel a little embarrassed. Billy might withhold part of their fee. That would be the worst that could happen. At least that was what she told herself. "Yes," she told the driver, "I'm sure."